And my first caller this evening, who's got some ideas for us, I hope, is Rav from Leicester. Rav, good evening.
Oh, Nigel, it's a pleasure to be speaking with you today.
Thank you. So what do we do? I mean, I made the point a moment ago that every time I go to the European Parliament, and once a month it's in session in Strasbourg, and it seems almost every month now at the start, when the President of the Parliament calls us to order, we stand for a minute's silence. And we say we stand in solidarity with the victims.
Absolutely.
But nobody ever seems to be saying, hey, do you know what? We need to be doing something.
Yes. And I would just like to make a wider point on this, and it's probably an angle which many people probably don't like to mention, but I think we're getting to a point where society is. So, I mean, without being labelled as a supremacist or anything along them lines, I'm actually Asian, so I can't be.
Right.
But it's like the labels we get placed by society and the left. So I think we do need to talk about the Islamic problem that we have in the UK, and it's a wider point. So if you look at everything that's going on, so whether it's from suicide bombers to child grooming gangs to female mutilations to honor killings, all these events and all these kind of horrible, terrible things are happening disproportionately. And it's important to use that disproportionately. So not all, but disproportionately from a population which is Muslims from over 3%. And I think the issue we have is, like I was saying, we've got to a situation where what the left have done is they've designed a mechanism in such a way where if we were to say anything or to basically mention facts, because I don't believe, and I think a lot of people who live in the UK don't believe we are racist, we are homophonic, or anything along the points, but we're just talking about facts. But we don't seem to be able to speak facts anymore. So everything we've said today, or I've said today, is not fiction. It's not made up. These are facts. But we don't.
Rav, can I ask you, what's your religion? Do you practice?
I'm Hindu.
You're Hindu, yeah. I mean, and it is fair to say, is it not, that traditionally, over quite a long time, there's been a huge tension between the Hindu community and the Muslim community.
Yes, there has been. But again, I think there are a lot of good Muslim people out there, and I'd just like to make this point, which is where the differential will come into. And I won't take too much of your time, but I think it's quite important. So, like I would like to say openly, I mean, I've got tremendous loads amount of Muslim friends, and they're decent people.
Yep.
However, the important thing to clarify is as follows. So what most of the Muslims in the UK, and a lot of people I talk to, so I'm not going to label everything or everyone, they are classified as liberal Muslims. So by this, what I mean is that they don't follow Islam to the letter. A lot of them haven't read the Quran, but they are classified as Muslim, a bit in a way like Christians, Hindu, myself, or other people. We believe a faith, we believe what it is, but we don't follow things religious to the letter. So that's the first point. However, what we do have to understand is a lot of terrorism and terrorists and so forth that do these terrible crimes actually do specify that we're Islam and it comes from the Quran, and but we are in a situation where we're shutting that down.
So Rav, you believe, and I'm pleased to hear you saying that you don't want to have a holy war against Islam, because I think if we were to go down that route, I think we'd lose. I think it would be a catastrophe. But you think we need to have a more open and honest debate that disproportionately some bad things are coming from one community.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's important to say that because we don't want any kind of civil war and anything like that. I know it's quite big to say that, but the point I was trying to make was we do need to have an open conversation because at the moment we are, whichever champion, we have been shut down. There's no channel to discuss these things, and there are items and there are various verses that are mentioned which actually do derive hate, and I won't go into too much.
Let's not get too theological, Rav, at this moment in time, but I thank you for the general point that you've made. Rav, they're slightly making an assumption that this is a extreme Islamic attack. It looks like the patterns we've seen in the past, but we don't actually know. And of course, Spain has its own history of terrorism. The Catalan separatists, although it would be, I would have thought, very unlikely that an attack from Catalan separatists would happen actually in the capital of Catalonia. But we don't yet know the full truth. Donald Trump has pronounced, he said the United States condemns the terror attack in Barcelona, Spain, and will do whatever is necessary to help. Be tough and strong. We love you.